is Andreas from Z-Wave Inspiration. So I just received my first strips by Sensative. So what is strips? Well, reading on the box, it's an invisible window and door sensor. It's a magnetic sensor, can be mounted invisibly. It has a built-in battery with a battery life of up to 10 years. It's truly impressive. It's easy to set up, it's weatherproof, and it has Z-Wave wireless technology. So very nice box. Let's open it up. Prepare to meet your strips. Important, before you remove the magnets from the strips, read the manual. Right. Okay, first of all, by looking at the box, it seems like you will be able to buy these strips by sets of 3, which would be nice, especially if you get a discount on the price. So this is the sensor, extremely thin, only 3 millimeters thick. Very nice. So this is the magnet that will be used together with the sensor, and I assume this magnet is only used during the setup process. Okay, so this is instructions for how to include the sensor in the Z-Wave network. And it's also instructions for how to perform the actual physical installation of the sensor. Included is of course a manual. This is in English and Swedish. So the manual describes how to include the sensor in the network, what you need to know before the physical installation of the sensor, and how to actually do the physical installation of the sensor. Finally, it describes the LED light signals, the 2 configuration parameters, and how to wake up the sensor and reset it, etc. And finally, it includes a cleaning cloth to help out with making sure that the surfaces are clean before installing the sensor and the magnet. So, let's try it out. Okay, so let's start with including the sensor in the Z-Wave network. In my case, the Z-Wave controller is a Z-Stick from Aeon Labs. So I press the button to set it in inclusion mode. It's flashing a bit. I will then remove the magnets from the sensor. And now the Z-Stick is flashing, and also the LED was flashing on the sensor, so now it's included. Until just now I always thought the Fibaro magnetic sensor is quite neat. But now with the Sensative Strips available, I must say that the Fibaro sensor is rather big and ugly. So my plan is to replace the Fibaro sensors with the Sensative Strips. And let's start with the front door. First step is to use the cleaning cloth that came with the sensor. The next step is to temporarily place the sensor on top of the door. I removed the protective cover from the small self-adhesive tape here, and will just place the sensor right here. I've also removed the cover from the tape on the magnet, and I marked the place where I believe the magnet should go, so I just place it here. The installation of the Sensative Strip sensor has now been completed, and as you can see I also deliberately kept the Fibaro sensor just to be able to compare the two sensors in action. So So if I open up my Open Hub application on my smartphone, and then let's open the door and see what happens. Works perfectly. Finally, I have now removed the Fibaro sensor, and as you can see, it's quite an improvement.